So here I am today, recounting the very day I actually regretted studying in this part of the world, the United Kingdom. I'm going to be sharing this experience today for a reason that you might be finding interesting if you are a student, master's student, you're here for a degree program. This will definitely help you, to make your plan ahead of time, possibly fasten your seat belt, because it's all rosy now, the promises of coming in, having a post-study work visa at the end of your study duration, you applying for it and getting a job that will sustain you as to staying back here, working and having a life in this very part of the world. The promises are there by the government. It is all there before ever you apply for your study here in the UK. But then, in as much as change is the only thing that is constant in this very life, the government might change its law, which is absolutely certain to happen. It's either it changes in your favor or it changes in the opposite direction. You never can tell what would happen. So my case was this. I have for once regretted coming to England, the United Kingdom, to study. Why did I regret coming here to have a degree program in the field of psychology and educational studies? Yes, exactly what I studied in this very country. Meanwhile, when I came in this country, the very year I came in, the government, the law was stable, and I was excited that I was going to get the extra years to stay back in this country. The cost of tuition fees in this very country is something very, very exorbitant. It takes a lot for you to put that money together for your family, yourself, or anyone paying for you, apart from those coming from the wealthy background, those whose parents are politicians. Well, I am a Nigerian. I'm not even from the middle class, because I got a surprise question in one of the occasions. I was out and a guy approached me. This guy was like, "How did you come to England? Why are you here? It's your dad, a Nigerian politician?" I said no. "It's your mom, a minister?" I said no. This is to tell you the caliber, the level of people that come down here to study, But people like us, anyone sponsoring us to study in this country, because my brother single-handedly sponsored me to study in this part of the world, though my little brother also helped, but my brother Ansi did 90% of it. Yes, even though I also contributed, but probably about 5% of my tuition fee for the 3 years I studied here, So it's a whole lot, putting resources together, paying for your tuition fee, paying for your living expenses, and all what may. And at the end, you got the opposite. So back to the very day I regretted coming to study in England. So it was just that day, the very day I had to say goodbye, safe flight, safe journey to a neighbor. It was difficult for me to say, but I had to say that we are humans and we have feelings, we have conscience, we feel pain, we feel excited when good things happen to our friends, to people next to us. This was my neighbor years back. She woke up in the morning and she knocked on our door. I got the door for her, opened. She walked in to tell me that she will be leaving for the UK the next day. Amazing, isn't it? I looked straight into her eyes. I was like, what did you just say? She said, yes, she will be taking the early flights to England the next morning. Why was I surprised? Why was I really, amazed at that? Yes, I was very much aware of her profession. I was very much aware of her preparations to move to the UK. My husband told me. But then, considering the fact that she studied in Africa, Nigeria precisely, and I also studied in Nigeria and another degree in the United Kingdom, yet I didn't have such opportunity like she had then, or the opportunity that she was given, because her coming down to the United Kingdom then was in a VIP form, because she was going to be received at the airport. She was going to be put in a house, in a lodge, where a trust will be paying for it. Even if she pays something, it could be a little deduction from her salary. But she got a job outside of the United Kingdom. She's never been, and I had been to England, studied and lived here for the past 3 years. Yet such opportunity didn't come for me. In fact, it's not that such opportunity did not come for me, but I was restricted, totally restricted, because any job that comes up, if I search for a job, anyone that comes up has these restrictions. It has these specifications of people they want to be there. Not just anybody, people with certain degree qualifications or certain qualifications in masters. And then they would even say, if you are not of British citizen, because these jobs are reserved. If you apply for it, you can only get a chance if there is no one with British citizenship, if there is no British national, someone from the EU applying for the same job. So you saw the competition. But why then did they make this job available, for people from my own country, but people who studied something related to health? This is to say they want everybody to become a nurse. They want everyone to become doctors. They want everybody to go into health-related professions. So other professions should go to health. I am yet to tell you the reason I left the UK, though I may have mentioned that in my video several times. I know you might be wondering if I was actually jealous of my neighbor then. The answer is no. But I was really bothered. I was really disturbed. Yes. Because having studied in the UK, the situation I was into in that very country where I was then should have been me, getting a job here and then getting my family out of that very country where we were then. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. And she coming up to tell me that, brought back some kind of sad memories. So I began to reflect back. In fact, I was sick. I took ill. Because it was really that time we were going through certain difficult moments. Yes. So it should have been me rescuing my family out of Saudi Arabia then. Yeah. Even though my husband, was actually in a better position in a way, but that notwithstanding, me having studied in this country should have given me that opportunity to apply for a job and get it, So in fact, that very day I was doing laundry. I stood for some minutes thinking about my life. I cried. I honestly cried. I was happy for her. I even contacted her when she arrived here because we were in contact talking to each other. But that notwithstanding, if I hadn't been here, if I hadn't studied in this part of the world, I wouldn't have bothered. I wouldn't have felt terrible what I felt on that very day, or what I felt on that very day. But for the fact that I've spent millions of Nigerian naira, thousands of pounds, nearly 30,000 pounds studying in this part of the world, and yet the job descriptions I kept seeing, kept giving me something like restrictive job descriptions. And if I was to come back to England to take up a job in education, it wouldn't have been possible because I was expected to do an additional 1-year training in education for me to be able to get a job in the educational sector, becoming a teacher here, So it was something else for me. It was really a difficult moment for me. And there's no way I could have practiced being a psychologist in this part of the world. Even those that studied psychology as a single honor, they never had a chance. They needed to go back to school and do another 4 years program before ever they can be certified to practice as psychologists in this part of the world. So it was quite difficult. This is why in most of my videos, I've had to keep it clean, keep it open to those of you applying to come to England, to come to the United Kingdom for any form of academic pursuit. Ensure that you are choosing the right course. I am not regretting the course I studied here. No way. I'm not regretting it. I actually left, like I've mentioned in some of my videos, because of the rule that got changed as at the time I was here. Because the laws in this country is not something stable. You are in now because Boris Johnson, who got into the administration in 2019, changed the law in place. Remember Theresa May? I was in this country in 2010, 2013, and the post-study work visa got scrapped by the then British Home Secretary, Theresa May. She wasn't even the Prime Minister then because she was only a Home Secretary, but she had the power to change the law, the immigration law that offers international students the opportunity to, have 2 years extra to work and, establish their life if they wish to in this part of the world. In her words, she says the post-study visa is too generous. The 2 years is too generous, in quotes. I quote her. That was in 2012 when that law got scrapped. And a lot of us will return back to our country because the worst you would do in this land is to overstay your welcome or to be staying in a country as an illegal immigrant. It's not something I would advise anyone to do. So a lot of us return to our country at the end of our academic pursuit. And this is also why I said, if you are doing a master's program, possibly 2 years program, start looking for a job during your first year of your master's program. And if you are here for a degree, start looking for a job. When I say job, I mean a job that will allow you a stay, skilled job during your second year of your program in this very country. Start on time, because if you stay, by the time you finish, you might have 2 months, 3 months, and that is not enough time for you to start looking for this job. Okay, so I returned to my country and then I went to Saudi Arabia and blah, but I honestly regretted studying in this country. That moment my neighbor left Saudi Arabia precisely. That was where we were as at the time this was happening, So if you had an opportunity to move into the UK, remember that the law can change at any time. Today they promise you, because when I came in, the 2 years post-work visa was in place. People who came earlier before me or people who graduated before 2012 had the opportunity to renew their visa to get that 2 years post-study work visa. Unfortunately, I graduated in 2013 and then it had already been scrapped. So I didn't get a chance to apply for it. So now they have also promised you guys, Boris Johnson's administration, because the Conservative, the Tory, is also in leadership currently. Who knows the leadership that would come in tomorrow? You can never tell what they would bring to table. Even the Home Secretary that would take over, because the Home Secretary decides a lot when it comes to who stays and who goes, you know. But thank God that Boris Johnson, being the current Prime Minister, changed everything for good for those of you who are here as international students. But do what you can do, you know, make the haste while the sun shines. Do not relax. But I'm advising you, do nothing that is illegal. Do whatever you can do that is legit. Take your study very serious. And remember, if you fail any module in your course of study, you are not going to get that chance of applying for the post-study work visa. Yes, because by the expiration of your 3 years visa, you need to go back to your country. 3 or 2 years visa. If you fail any module, if you carry any course over, you have to go back to your country, apply for visa for you to come back and complete it if you still wish to go on with that. So take your studies serious. This is why they restricted you to 20 hours of work, because a lot of you are just exceeding that hours, thinking that nothing is going to happen, but it's affecting your academic study. For home students, they know that this is their country. You know, they can do anything and get away. In fact, they're even begging them to come to school because they provide them with everything. They even give them money as they study. Yet, so many of them do not want to go to school. But for you, it's quite different. They know that you are paying huge amount of money into their economy for you to get this education. Therefore, they design 20 hours for you to work, and to work as much as you can during the holiday. So why not respect that? Remember, in your home country, for instance, my country, Nigeria, students do not even work. We go to school 5 days a week, except those who are exceptional that wants to establish a business and do their thing at their own time. So please do what is best for you while you are here. Yes, and so now I am back to England after many years. Nearly 9 years now. Yes. And I came back not as a student, not as a skilled worker, but as a dependent. Currently not doing a professional job because I need more programs in order to practice what I've studied in this country. Yes, I need to get back to school for me to practice as a skilled worker in the field of that which I have studied. That's the way it works. It's not bad though, but I'm happy that at least I'm getting money into my account at the end of each month. Yeah, alright, thank you so much for your time, but please don't go away yet. Subscribe to my channel, like my video, and check out my other content. You might find something interesting to watch. Yeah, come and join me and have my lunch. It's about 5 minutes past 12, having my lunch now, and this is shawarma wrap. Onyegeri. Bite me, I bite you. Huh? Treasure kitchen. Come and join me. You got like here.